What's up, world? My name is Jason, and I'm here to talk about the ketogenic diet. Look, let me just say this first and foremost. I am not a dietitian, I am not a professional, and I really don't know what the heck I'm doing when it comes to the ketogenic diet. Just so you know, spoiler warning, okay? I don't know what I'm talking about. That being said, I have started this ketogenic diet thing. I caught the hype, and I want to know what it feels like to live through ketones, you know? And I've slowly been picking up little bits of information here and there and formulating all in my head. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there who might feel the same way as me, who are like, okay, I want to try, I'm sold on the idea, I want to do this, and I'm watching videos, but guess what? No videos out there are from a clueless person who's just starting. So here I am, you guys. I'm like the guinea pig, hopefully, for you guys to, I don't know, watch and get inspired from, or if I can help in some way, I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing this. I want to track my progress. I want to see progress, and I want to see it on the internet. So let me talk about what I've been doing so far. First of all, the whole process for me getting into the ketogenic diet started with a little video on Facebook that I saw with Terry Crews. You may know Terry Crews from commercials and movies. This dude is jacked, like super ripped, super in shape, very fit, and his energy, you can tell just by the way that he speaks, is up through the roof. That guy, he's doing something right. You could just tell. I saw this video. It was really a short video, like 2 minutes long or something, and he's talking about his diet and how he's like intermittently fasting. So I took that video to heart, you guys, and you could see it for yourself. Go check it out. But he's talking about how he doesn't really eat anything between 10 p.m. and 2 p.m. the next day. So it gives him 16 hours of not eating. That's a fast, you know? And then he eats as much as he wants, apparently, when he's not fasting. I started doing that. While I started doing that, I was listening to podcasts and watching YouTube videos and checking out articles on the web about this ketogenic diet thing. And I think that one of the main people that really geared my mind towards trying to take my health more consciously is a Joe Rogan episode with Dr. Rhonda Patrick. This lady who just knows so much about the human body and how it works and how it reacts to different foods. And you could listen to this girl talk for days and days and days and just, oh my God, look, she's got a PhD in something. I just keep listening to the same episode over and over and over again. And I've come to find out that she's got like 5 different episodes or more with Joe Rogan already, because he's had like over 1,000 podcasts. It's crazy. But anyways, these are some of my big influencers, okay? Terry Crews, Joe Rogan, Dr. Rhonda Patrick. Those 3 alone are getting my mind into a place that I'm like, okay, I'm feeling healthier now. On top of that, I've got influences like Bruce Lee. I want to have a Bruce Lee physique by the time, I don't know, 2 years rolls around. So let's see if we can do it, you guys. So I think that I can achieve this Bruce Lee physique through a ketogenic diet. I heard about the ketogenic diet through the podcast, and I kept hearing about it, and I was just like, okay. One day it really clicked in me. Everything just fell into place. I see this obesity problem in our country. I want to avoid it. I've got some other visions in my head that I just want to completely avoid, and I would like to live a long, healthy, happy life. You know what I mean? So I think that this whole diet thing is going to help a lot. That's just me. I'm not a pro. Again, I don't know anything. That's just how I feel. Okay? Let me tell you straight up how it is, alright? I'm on like day 8, okay? It's been a little bit over a week, and not every day has been perfect. I don't even know if I'm adapted yet to ketones. It's probably going to take me even longer. Some of the videos that I've been watching have varying information, so I don't know exactly what information to go off of. I feel like you might have a similar situation. And especially with me trying to do this keto/intermittent fasting combo, I'm like, oh shit, what should I listen to? And the thing is, it's going to be different for every single person, alright? As long as you can know that, you can be flexible, and that's okay. Now look, I'm trying to go super hard on the keto thing. I'm trying to go super strict on it. I'm trying to not be too flexible just with myself and my own brain. But I'm not saying that you have to do that, okay? I'm here to tell you what the heck I've been doing the past 8 days. Just being honest. I'm letting you know, okay? The very first day, I downloaded this app. It's called Keto Diet, and it tracks your macros as you enter the food that you've been eating. You open the app, you say, I'm adding a meal, whatever you had for breakfast. Like for me, it was this coffee today. I put how many ounces of coffee, because I haven't always been putting the ounces. Alright, look, day 1, I'm letting you know, I went way over on my carbs, just not even realizing it, okay? I downloaded the app, I was like, oh, okay, I've got the app, I'm gonna track my macros, and I just put it in my pocket, and I went about my day semi-normally, semi-conscious of what I was eating. And I was like, oh, that's probably got more carbs in it, so I'm not gonna order that, but this one looks like, yeah, this one looks like it's good. Really, probably not that many carbs, it's just a tortilla. Or, you know, it's just a little bit of rice, or that or this. And I was like, yeah, I'll be fine, I'll be fine. And I was like, yum, 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 on the first day. And I was like, nice. First day on this keto thing wasn't that bad. And then at the end of the day, I went and I put in all the food and started looking at the macros that were popping up. And I was like, oh shit, you guys. I way missed the mark. I was completely off. My carbs were like triple the amount that I wanted to allow for myself. Which is around like 35 grams to start. And look, it's okay to be flexible. It's okay to switch around your macro goals for the first however long until you really get adjusted into a plan that works for you. And I'm not going to really say too many exact numbers because everybody's different. Again, I'm like a really scrawny guy who's not very tall and I don't weigh that much. So what works for me is probably not going to work for you, just to let you know. Also, let me back up for a second and just say, it's kind of hard to switch to a keto diet, alright? It's not easy, it's not for the faint of heart, and it's only for people who can take shit seriously. And I just want to say that as a disclaimer. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up thinking that this is just going to be a walk through the park, because it's not a walk through the park, you guys. I had no idea how bad my diet was my entire life. And I just had sneaky suspicions that, yeah, you're supposed to eat vegetables, you're supposed to eat healthy, but you guys, I was really, really not eating good forever. Like, forever. Tons of sugars, tons of candy, tons of carbs, tons of breads, tons of everything that just tasted good. And the only concern was flavor. I was like, okay, if it doesn't taste good, I'm not gonna eat it. If it tastes good, I'm gonna eat it. That was as simple as my brain was. Basically, I'm at a point in my life right now where I am deciding to take my diet more seriously. Just a decision. I want to be healthy. And I know that understanding my diet is gonna go so far in me actually being healthy in my life. So, I'm listening to all these different YouTube videos. I'm hearing all this information about the keto diet, of the types of foods you can eat, about the types of foods you can't eat. I'm hearing about net carbs. I'm hearing about actual carbs. I hear some people say that it's okay to count net carbs only. I hear other people say, no. You have to count all the carbs, otherwise you're not going to fully achieve ketosis, which is the goal, you guys. I want to, maybe similar to you, have my body use ketones as calories instead of carbs like I feel like I've been using my entire life. Now look, I'm realistic. I know that it's going to take some time for the adjustment to happen, for the transformation of, you know, my cells using a different energy source. And again, I'm backing up. I'm stupid. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about, but I'm just listening to all these people talk about it, and it seems like that it's going to take a little while for me to get off of this whole insulin addiction that my body is apparently on, okay? And I'm saying apparently because, you guys, again, I don't know any better. I'm probably just like you. Now that you know my goal is to achieve ketosis and use it to, I want to use it to build muscle. I see, okay, part of the way my brain works is looking at who's talking to me and the advice that they're giving me and see if they've maybe taken that advice themselves and how the results may have affected them. Now, I'm saying like if a severely obese person is talking to me face to face, telling me and criticizing my diet and saying that I could have better results that I'd like to have by eating something, anything, I'm not really going to listen to that person because I feel like just by looking at them that they don't have a good plan about life, altogether. It's like, okay, well, I don't want to be like you, so I'm not going to listen to you. I see other people and I hear other people and I listen to other people and I'm like, okay, that's the type of person that I would like to be like, whether it's the way they come across or the way they look. I'm like, all right, yeah, that's an influence that I'm gonna look up to, okay? So these people that I'm watching in these videos talking about the ketogenic diet are all freaking ripped, you guys. They're jacked dudes who are like pumped, probably like heavy weightlifters or something more than I'm going to go about achieving. But still, I'm using those guys to take advice from rather than unhealthy people, just so you know. So again, I'm about 8 days into it, and I'm getting used to tracking my macros, avoiding carbs, and finding fats in healthy sources, okay? It's not as easy as it sounds. Just having avocados there is not a meal, all right? You gotta form something that your body can process. It's so hard to get enough fat in a day. I'm like, where do I find more fat? I'm going to Five Guys Burgers and Fries and getting their double bacon cheeseburger, basically protein style, which is no condiments. That's no ketchup, no mayonnaise, no mustard, with no bun. I have Folgers coffee that I make about 16 ounces of. I put a tablespoon of grass-fed butter into that pot of coffee. That melts. I take one scoop, like a teaspoon, a heaping teaspoon apparently, of this fiber mix that was suggested to me at a vitamin store from a person who does ketogenic diet. One more thing into the coffee, that is MCT oil. Again, I'm listening to so many different people. Some people are like, don't go heavy on the MCT oil because your ancestors were not going heavy on the MCT oil. But look, a lot of other people are like, it's a great source of fat, you need to get your fat from somewhere. I'm using my own brain to say, yes, okay, let me include that in my coffee. Boom. I use this cup right here. It gets like full. Alright, this is a big old mug. It's pretty delicious, actually, with the butter in it, with the oil in it. It took me like 2 days to get used to drinking coffee with like oils in it, but it's no different than putting sugar in your coffee or putting anything else in your coffee, you guys. It's just putting something in there. So it's not weird by any means. It's actually really good. And it's a pretty good source of fat. There's a keto smoothie that I learned how to make. The recipe is easy to find on Google. It's like half a frozen avocado, a cup of almond milk, a tablespoon of nut butter. I use almond butter, a tablespoon of MCT oil, let's say a tablespoon of chia seeds soaked in water for 10 minutes, a little bit of ice I throw in there, and the smoothie is actually getting better. The first day I made it, you guys, I was substituting ingredients because I didn't have almond butter and all kinds of things. It wasn't very good, but now that I'm actually getting the ingredients right, it's getting better. Similar to the whole diet, okay? Now that I'm finally getting used to avoiding carbs fully, it's getting better. And it hasn't been easy, you guys. Honestly, I've had a little bit of cheap opportunities that I guess you could say. Look, I read somewhere that dark chocolate was okay, and before I had a more full understanding, I went out and bought some dark chocolate. I was like, okay, what can I find? I found a bar of Giraldi's, like 76% cacao, and I was like, this must be right, this must be good. I was looking at the ingredients on the back. I'm constantly looking at the ingredients these days, you guys, checking the macros before I purchase things. It takes me a lot longer in the grocery store, but I'm learning and it gets better every time. I picked up some chocolate and I found these Thindulgent snacks that you guys, I thought were the best, and I still think are the best. I got one pack of dark chocolate with sea salt in it, and oh my goodness, you guys, the dark chocolate thing, I just have one little piece and it's so freaking good that 10 minutes later I find myself returning to the kitchen, sneaking another little piece, and it's so hard for me to resist because I'm still in the beginning of this phasing out the carbs, and my body is just craving it, craving it, craving it. And you guys, I'm being honest, it's tough. I'm trying to find ways to snack without snacking on carbs, and it's tough. And being able to track it all at the same time and know how to know if you're on ketosis is the most difficult part for me so far. Look, you guys, I told you I do the intermittent fasting. I think I'm doing the intermittent fasting. But then last night, when I'm listening to another episode of Dr. Rhonda Patrick on the Joe Rogan Experience, she's saying that no, even black coffee will break the fast. And I'm like, guys, this is just more information that is like, hurting my plan of what I want to do, because I want to be intermittent fasting and I want to be on the ketogenic diet to achieve a Bruce Lee figure. Again, let's just go back to the goal, okay? And apparently I've been messing up my fast every morning with my black coffee, with all the butter in it and with MCT oil, because I guess that starts your whole body into this understanding that you're not going to be starving. So it breaks the fast, it says, okay, we can start doing our regular functions again. That's just how I understand it. Then I also hear that it's not good to work out in the morning if you're fasting. Don't work out on the fast. It's just not, your body's not going to be producing the right things in order to have an effective workout if you're in the starvation state of body, So I'm like, oh, great, okay. So what the heck am I going to have to do now to intermittently fast, to stay on the ketogenic diet, to produce ketones, to become keto adaptive, all that goodness, and go to work every day, which, look, my work schedule varies. It's crazy. I don't have a regular 9-to-5 job. Some days I go in at 4 p.m., some days I go in at 6 a.m. It's just, I can never really control that at all. So I just hope that I relate to some of you out there. This is my first video like this. I'm going to make a bunch more videos like this talking about my modifications, talking about what I'm doing to be on this ketogenic diet, to intermittently fast while going to work on a crazy schedule, and to track my progress so you guys see me and see how I might be changing over time as I upload more videos. So if you're out there trying keto, more power to you. If you're out there doing something else, more power to you. I don't really think that everybody is necessarily made to be on the same diet. So no hard feelings to anybody who's different. That's what's up, Have a good day, everybody. Good luck on your goals, and I'll see you next time.